VARNIR, where dragon bones tower over the land. The Holy Emperor, supreme ruler of all, built this empire on the faith of the savior of the world, the holy god, VARNIR. Though it appeared this empire was on its way to achieving prosperity, an evil shadow was cast upon the land by the enemies of God. Vicious dragons, who rule the forest, were kept within the bodies of powerful wielders of magic, witches. The Empire created the Knights of Requiem to carry out the will of God, to destroy the lineage of these cursed witches. The witches went into hiding, searching for a way to fight against their inevitable deaths, for a way to end their living hell.
Damn it! It's just not letting up. Running is pointless. Bring it on! I can take you! Damn! I wish the other knights were here. I can't believe I got separated from them. That's just my luck. It's not working at all. Is this it? Damn it! I think my ribs are broken. No. If I died here, it wouldn't make a difference in the world. And it's not like I have a family that would miss me. But I can't let this be the end! Well, this is it. I can feel myself fading.
Not today! Just in time. I'm glad. Hey, are you alive? Just barely, it seems. You need to hang on just for a little longer.
Manessa, why in the world are you trying to help this fool? He literally spends his days trying to hunt us down.
I'm not being generous here. I have every intent of using him. The Knights captured Laponette. If he's really one of them, he should know where they're keeping her.
I still don't get it. I'm sure we can get that information somewhere else. Why save him? He doesn't deserve to be helped, no matter the intent. Him, all the Knights. They deserve to have their flesh consumed by dragons.
Okay, but think about it. What we have here is an opportunity. What's the point of his death if it doesn't benefit Laponette right now? If we take him as our prisoner, we can probably leverage a deal with the Knights, right? We should do everything we can to protect ourselves and the ones we care about. I think we're done talking now. Let's take out that dragon.
I guess we have to. All right, let's kill it.
And just like that, welcome to Dragonstar Varnir, a game I have not stopped talking about since my first playthrough over a year ago. We all knew a Let's Play of it was going to be coming eventually, and I'm finally happy to be able to say that we can do it. It's going to be a bit of a different project for reasons that we'll go through as we go through it, and there's a huge chunk of the game that is slightly controversial to long-term Compile Heart fans that I will also be spending a lot of time discussing what I like and don't as we go. But 5 minutes in, we've got our first battle, and it's going to be teaching us the basics. Different from other Compile Hut published games, you are not freely moving around the arena. It's a lot more traditional and it's turn-based. Instead, there are 3 layers to an arena, and the witches can fly. So you have a high plane, a middle plane, and a lower plane. Depending on what level the enemy is on, depends on what you can do to them. You can lay down traps, you can attack specific parts if they're big enough to cover several parts, as certain boss fights will later on. Some attacks will cover certain different squares, etc, etc. There is a lot to talk about, and we'll be getting more chance to talk about as we go, but this is the tutorial fight, so we're not going to get much of a chance. The only status condition of real worth right this second is stun, because you are likely to get it. Hitting a weakness or a critical point on an enemy several times, which every enemy has a magic weakness and a physical weakness, depending on what weapon you're using and what element you're using. You hit it enough times, you can stun them, leaving them wide open. Devouring them is how you should be trying to end every single fight, because it's how you'll be gaining new skills for the members of your team. But that's all I've got chance to talk about right this second, because we've got a lot more cutscenes to come about. This is a Compile Hut published game after all. They're always very chatty.
Alright, so, what do we do with this one? If we leave him be, he'll die.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to use some healing magic on him. It isn't working. Are we too late?
Hey! Snap out of it! We're over here being nice enough to save you. If you know what's good for you, you won't die on us, you idiot.
Let's try again, okay? Oh no, his breathing is getting weaker. Is there anything else we can do?
What a waste of energy. We'll have to figure out our problem on our own. Okay, well, let's just kill him and get going.
Kill, kill, kill. Is that all you ever say? You're so narrow-minded.
Come on, look at him. It's not like there's anything we can do for him. Maybe if he was a witch, he could drink some dragon's blood, but it wouldn't work on him like it would work on us.
Wait, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? What do you mean?
Yeah. Humans won't react to dragon blood the same way as us, so they won't be able to gain magic powers. But what if it still worked? Even just a tiny bit?
You're suggesting we let him drink dragon blood?
Well, we have a fresh dragon corpse right here. This guy is going to die if we don't do anything. So I think any chance at a miracle is worth a shot.
You do have a point.
We need something to carry the blood.
What the hell are you doing? You're gonna use your mouth?
Father! Run! The dragon! Somebody! Anybody! Help!
What the?
Where am I? What happened to the dragon? How am I still alive?
Wow, I really didn't think it would work.
Yeah, pretty unexpected.
Who are you? Wait. Your outfits. Your hair. You two are witches!
Wow, he can move pretty quickly already. I think he's gonna be okay.
It's a shame about the attitude problem. Glad your little experiment worked. Now, let's kill him.
We went through all that trouble of saving him, and you want to kill him?
Save me? You're right. My wounds. They're healed? That's impossible. Did you really heal me?
Yes, we did.
You know who I am, don't you? And you healed me anyway?
Yup, that's right.
What do you want?
Our dear friend was captured by the Knights of Requiem. You know as well as I do that they're going to torture her. But that's not going to happen.
because you're going to give us her location.
I can guess where she might be, but I can't betray my brothers. I was alone when you found me, wasn't I? I got separated from my troop, and I have no idea where they are right now.
Well, it was a good effort, Manessa. Let's kill him.
Karikaro, no. He's still worth something to us.
Right. Okay, bud. I hope you know you're coming with us. If you say no, then...
I'll do whatever you want.
Oh, someone's feeling cooperative today.
I may have survived that dragon, but only barely. I wouldn't stand a chance against two witches right now.
Smart choice. Okay, let's go.
And we are now officially starting the game. Our main character is Zephy, but we cannot play as him right this very second, because Manessa and Karikaro are the only two that are fully developed witches. You only are allowed to play as witches in this game. You are not allowed to play as humans in any sense of the word because of the combat system being you are floating in the air, only witches can fly. It's just their way of justifying how the characters work. But we've got some things to discuss before we go into some of the nitty-gritty of that. Firstly is the Dragon Cause. The Dragon Cause is related to what I was talking about during that tutorial fight, of how it's the only way you're really progressing. Treat every single character in this game like a blue mage from Final Fantasy. What I mean is that all of your skills and everything you learn are gotten from the enemies you defeat. There is a specific skill that every witch has access to called Devouring. There are different types of Devouring, like Elemental Devourers, or ones with, if they don't kill, get a better chance of doing more damage, etc, etc. But if you could finish an enemy in any sense of the word using a Devour skill, you will take their skill tree, allowing you to add it to that character. But only that character when it is a normal enemy. Bosses work differently, as in because you cannot rematch any of them, defeating a boss regardless of whether they are devoured or not will give every single character access to their skill tree. So boss fights are always huge benchmarks for progression of your characters. You always leave the other end of boss fights feeling stronger. Whilst normal enemies, this game can be a tad grindy at times, because for normal enemies, if you want every character to have the skill tree, you need to encounter that enemy as many times as the characters you want it to be added to. So since your active party can only be a party of 3, and slight spoilers, similar to Final Fantasy XII, I lean towards 3 characters over the other 3 as we go in, I will still have to defeat each enemy at least 3 times, assuming I don't accidentally kill them beforehand. Also, I'm adjusting my settings quickly here because the volume settings in this game can be a little odd in times. So yeah, I just needed to double check and make sure everything was okay. The last thing of real mention is that in our inventory, you're going to see a crap ton of stuff that you might not have at this point if you are following along. That is because I have every single piece of DLC for this game. And that includes a bunch of bonus weapons, armor and accessories, and limit break potions, but I doubt they'll get any worth because limit break just allows you to level up past the level cap, because it's usually 99. But these DLC weapons and DLC armor, I'll be making a point of trying to not use at any point, unless it reaches a point where it really doesn't matter and I might as well show off what makes them interesting, like far later on. I haven't recorded that far yet. But the accessories only help far marginally, so I feel a lot more okay equipping them, especially because things like this one that I'm equipping to Manessa boosts her chance of devouring working, which I want because it would shrink down grinding, which will allow me to get videos out quicker. Manessa also is the only one right this second to have access to healing magic, and if you go to your skills, Sapping Square will allow you to do auto recovery to your party. It's a little out of the way, so I don't do it that often. I'd rather use items, because you have to go into the skill, then press square. You can't just do it from the menu, but it also doesn't bother me that much. From here, you can also access your summary of the plot to this event, so if you come back after a while, you don't lose your footing. You can also quick save, which quick saving is a one lone save slot that you can load back to, whilst manual saving at crystals, which we'll get to later, is how you can have several save files on the trot, and it's how you're going to be predominantly saving. But we've got a cutscene, and it's the first one not voiced, so I got to give characters voices. I can't let my guard down around these two. They might have saved me, but I know they're out to hunt the knights however they can. I have to escape, but I don't even know where we are. You bastard, you're trying to plot an escape, aren't you? What are you talking about? You're not fooling anyone. I've seen the way you've been looking around. You're trying to figure out where we are. I won't stop you, so go ahead. Run. It'll give me a reason to kill you. I guess I have no choice but to go along with this for now. I need them to trust me. I'm not plotting anything, I promise. Psh, you're not fooling anyone, you idiot. Anyway, what's your name? It's Zephy. What are your names? I'm Manessa. What the hell are you doing? Don't tell him our names! We'll be fine. He should at least know the names of the people that saved him. Listen, Worm, I'm telling you this so you remember the name of the witch that saved you. I'm Karikaro. Got it. Manessa and Karikaro. Listen to me, Zephy. I did not learn your name because I wanted to become your friend. You hunt us. I despise you. I shouldn't have to take this from these idiots. I joined the Knights to destroy both dragons and witches. I shouldn't get too friendly. I see those wheels turning, Zephy. All I can say is you better keep your mouth shut if you plan on making it out of here alive. Fine, whatever. Hey, what's going on? What the hell? I'm burning up. We tell this loser to keep his mouth shut, and what does he do? Starts screaming. What an idiot. Okay, let's kill him. Wait, something's wrong. What just happened? Hey, is that? Yeah. My clothes, they're all messed up. Hey, I wasn't trying to run for it, No, look, the mark on your chest. Mark, what are you talking about? What is this? It looks like the mark of a witch. You're right, it's almost identical. What are you talking about? It can't be, that's impossible. It really does look like our mark, but how can that be? What do you think, Karikaro? He's human, and I've never heard of a male having our mark. Maybe it's some kind of mutation. No, this used to be a little birthmark. How did it get so big? I wonder if giving him dragon blood had anything to do with it. What? What did you say? We tried healing magic on you, but it didn't do anything, so... We took a chance and made you drink dragon blood. It has healing properties for witches, so we thought, why not? That can't be. This is insane. No one told you to do that. Listen, you wouldn't even be here right now if we didn't do that, so shut up. Monsters. How could you make me drink that filth? This isn't a mutation. I could never become a witch. That would never happen to me. Oh no, please let me just wake up. I don't want to be like this. Please just wake me up from this nightmare. Do you hear this, guy? I think I'm offended. Calm down. It's not like we've ever seen this before either. Not once have we ever heard of a mutation happening to anybody. At this point, all we know for sure is that your mark looks like it belongs to a witch. If you really have become a witch, you'd be able to use magic. Magic. That's true. You have the mark, but no magical powers to back it up, then you couldn't actually be a witch. There's a pretty easy way to test if you have magical powers or not. Let's try it. I honestly would rather not know. But I'll be fine. There's no way a knight like me could actually become a witch just by drinking dragon blood. So, do you want to find out if you really are a witch? Fine. Show me. So, how do I find out if I have magical powers? It's easy. If you can fly, then you're a witch. What? It'd be faster to just show you. Karikaro, let's show him. Wait, if we both fly, he might try and make a break for it. Right, okay, watch him for a second. You got it. Why is she picking up her staff? I don't think she's going to attack me, but I can't let my guard down just yet. Look, you just concentrate and direct your energy, your magical power into the staff, just like this. This is censored on PS4. And it really fucking annoys me. They lowered Manessa's sprite to make it so you can't see her thighs on PS4 because Sony are that arsey about thighs, for fuck's sake. Your turn, Zephy. But I don't have a staff. Just give it a shot, follow my directions, and we'll be able to tell if you have magic or not. If that's the case, I'll use my sword. I think she was doing something like this. Whoa, my sword is floating! Oh my. What? Nani? No way. Well, what are you standing there for? Hurry up and get on! Okay, here I go. Flying? I'm flying! Typical male. He just learned how to fly, now he thinks he's a hotshot. Hey, come on, it's my first time. I'm a little excited. What do you expect? You pay close attention, you idiot. This is how you fly. Whoa, she's flying so low to the ground. That must have taken so long to master. That's right, decades in fact. Now bow to me, you worm. Oh, come now, anyone can do that. Don't go acting all high and mighty. Anyone can do that? I can barely keep myself from falling off. Ha! You're so lame. Ugh. What's the matter? You mad? Why don't you do something about it? Now fly me then. Well, Karikaro, he's not going to have much magic left if he uses it all up flying right now. Oh, right. Okay, you bastard. I'll let it go for now. Okay. I should be more troubled that I'm flying, but it just feels so good. Even if I have these powers now, they could be useful to the knights. This could change everything for us. Okay, we're done with our little test. It's obvious you have powers. So if you have magical powers and the mark of a witch, there's no way around it. Zephy, you're a witch. Can't believe this is happening. You felt the magic, right? Yeah. There's no going back now. No matter how much you don't like it, this is who you are. I knew it had to be said, but it hurts. Even if I could use his power to destroy all the witches, what would the knights think of me when it was over? Huh? Crap, how'd the dragons get so close? There's no time to run, we have to fight. I guess we don't have a choice. Hey, you're helping us. Did I stutter? You're healed already, right? I know you're in shock and all, but you're gonna have to protect yourself, got it? Yeah. Come on, I'm still flying around, snap on it and get ready. I think we're done talking now, it's coming. It's time for our next dragon fight, and we get introduced to the Thea dynamic. You know all-out attacks in Persona? Similar thing, but instead of hitting the weak spot, you have to regularly hit the weak spot or regularly get critical hits. It will make the enemy more wary of you until eventually they are scared of you. The moment they are scared of you, it will allow you to do an all-out attack where your entire party will come in, and whoever is the last person in your team to do the attack, which is usually whoever's turn is the furthest away. So like, say in this order, say the order of attack was there, it was Karikaro, Manessa, Zephy. If I'd set it up with Karikaro, Zephy would have been the one that would have tried to devour the enemy at the end. Whoever goes last would make a devour attempt. So all-out attacks end up actually being the quickest way to end a fight, because even if the all-out attack makes the enemy health drop to 0, your teammate will still go for the devour, so you can still get it even though they've hit 0. I'm sure you figured it out, but when you fight dragons, you put up barriers in the air. Dragons are able to run across the air as if it would land. Some of them swim through it as if the air was water. If you plan on staying alive, you can never let your guard down against a dragon. How did it feel? I would have never been able to fight a dragon on my own before, but it felt so easy. You can thank your powers for that one. It's only possible using a witch's magic. I still can't believe it. Me, a knight of Requiem, a hunter of witches, I've become a witch. Yeah, you're still calling yourself a witch hunter? They won't accept you now, you idiot, so you're better off dead. Karikaro, leave him alone. He can barely handle what he's going through right now. Whose side are you even on, Manessa? Don't forget what this bastard has done. Come on, let's go find that camp. And now we've got to actually explore the first dungeon, or the first environment, the Forest of Judgment. There are several forests in the game, and it's where you're going to be spending a lot of time in it, so get used to the aesthetic. But it's a very simple idea. If you've played other Combo Heart Idea Factory games, you're used to it. The main difference is that you can fucking fly. Instead of having a sprint button, you can just fly around everywhere, and you can avoid encounters really easily because you can just go over their head. It's more of a glide than an actual fly, but my point stands. It's fun as hell, even if you are gliding. Although I'm a little hesitant, I'll put on the Great Light Spirit because it's a bit more powerful, which is why I'm a bit hesitant, but it's focused on Zephy's playstyle because Zephy's magic is all light-based, so having something that makes him better light-based might as well make a start now. But I think we've got another voice cutscene coming up, so I've got to shut up again anyway.
Wait.
What's up?
Shh. Someone's coming.
That sounds like clanging armor. Could it be one of the other troops?
We need to hide.
Right.
Should I call for help? No. Maybe I should wait.
What are you doing? You're coming with us.
You will recite Chapter 2, Verse 3 of the Holy Transcripts, and begin!
Witches are filth! They will stop at nothing to destroy the future of this planet and the innocent people in it!
And how do we deal with these creatures of filth once we have captured them?
Make them repent! They will pay for their transgressions with their blood!
I've recited this so many times. I've discussed philosophies with Gran so many times.
Oh, Commander sure worked us hard today. Oh, my body's so tired it's trembling all over.
Yeah, he sure is relentless. I know you'll be tempted, but don't run your bath too hot, so you can soak for a while. Shake off the fatigue, you know?
Good tip. Thanks, man. Hey, Zephy, can I ask you something?
Do you have to ask? Spit it out.
We all have our reasons for joining the Knights, but I've always wondered, what's yours?
Dragons are responsible for taking away any happiness I ever had. So are the witches. So as soon as I was able, I got my sword and came knocking on the gate so I could do my part in taking them all down.
Wow, you've gone through a lot. For me, I come from generations of people who worship Varnir, the holy god. I feel a little guilty. I don't have the same passion about it that you do.
Oh, come on, guilty for what? If you become a knight, your family would be so proud, wouldn't they? You're walking a noble path. The right path. You really don't need to talk down on yourself like that.
Thank you. You're right. No matter the reason, it's gonna be okay. As long as we kill the witches.
I became a knight to defeat witches. But here I am, becoming one. How ironic can fate be? Why am I being challenged like this?
Make us pay with our lives, huh? What a load of crap. Do they even know us? We never willingly attack anything besides dragons.
I know, but don't give in to it. Don't waste your energy.
But still, how many of these idiots are actually thinking for themselves?
Let's just keep moving, okay?
Okay.
These two threaten me, but never hurt me. I'm still here. Could it be they're not evil?
What are you standing around for? Move!
Right. No, it can't be. My friend, my comrade, the one that tried to capture a witch. He was almost killed. I'm sure the other troops haven't gone far. If I yell, they'll be able to hear me.
What's wrong? You're quiet. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Good. I can't have you dying on me until we get Laponette back.
I don't know what they plan to do with me, but they did save my life. I won't turn them in yet. I need to know if they really are evil.
Although I would say it's unrealistic that all those Knights of Requiem believe something that's so blatantly bullshit, when you compare it to real life, it really isn't that unrealistic. But now I've got some actual free time to start talking about game mechanics. Every character has a special skill tied to them. If you played Mary Skelter, very similar thing. Such an example here is Karikaro can uncover secret treasures that are around the gaff that you can't see. As you can see on the map, 4 blue chests have lit up just ahead. They're ones that Karikaro's wild instincts have brought to the surface.
I guess I'll hold on to this.
They're a lot more immediately useful in this game compared to Mary Skelter though. Like Mary Skelter had a lot of very gimmicky ones, whilst this one, although it does have a couple gimmicky ones, like Zephy's Barrier Destroy kinda feels pointless because he's with you at the start of the game. So all the barriers are literally just there to make you swap to him. There's no obstacle that you can't access at this point because you start with Zephy. If that makes sense. Like, there's no obstacle later on that's like you have to come back to because you don't have the character to get it. Every time it's a wall, you can just open it anyway. So it's kind of like, okay. But Minessa's, hands down, is the most helpful one and the one you're going to be using the most. It's a get out of jail free card. And I mean that as it is. You use it in any dungeon, any area, it will take you straight back to home base. We haven't been to home base yet, so we can't access it per se, but we will be able to very soon. The future characters that will be joining us, I'll get to as we go. And here I can show out what I mean. This is also the game where I'll be rotating who's the marching lead the most often. Like with Death End, I always made a point of making sure that whoever was walking through the lead was different, like in every other encounter. But in this, you're going to be swapping between the cast outside of battle quite often, and I appreciate that because it makes you appreciate the cast a lot more because you're always switching who you're using. As we press on onwards to another cutscene. Will that troop from earlier meet up with the main troop? I'm really not too sure. Don't. If you know something, tell us. I don't know anything. Why don't you go follow them if you want to know so bad? Do I look stupid to you? You want me to leave so you get Manessa alone? You're plotting something. Kirikara, quiet. What is it? I heard something. He's ready to kill some dragons and get some more money. That sounds really close. That's Kirikara. What an unexpected place to find an unexpected face. Too late to hide. You're with the Ravens. 2 witches in a night of Requiem, huh? This is an odd group. These witches are holding you hostage, aren't they? Man, that Empire totally unites as some elite force, but here you are being bossed around by witches like some chump. Come on, let's take out these witches and save the little chumps from his misery. I mean, we'll have to kill him for his own good. I don't think anyone could bear to live with the shame of being a witch's prisoner. Yeah, I'd like to see you try. Let's get him. Yeehaw! They're flying? What is this? I can sense draconic power. There's some devices on their hips, that's how they're flying. They dissect dragons that they kill and make weird things out of them. I had no idea this is what they've been doing. This is some weird thing. It's called an enchanted sword of flight, but I'm not about to start talking to you about it. We're gonna have to fight. I'm gonna help you too. Oh, come on, put that sword away. We're both protecting civilians from dragons and witches, right? We're kind of like comrades. Yeah, right, you're an enemy of the Empire and a pest to the Knights of Requiem. I should kill you right here. Where are my manners? Forgive me. Oh, wise and noble knight, please save it. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to slaughter all of you. Makes no difference to me. Don't hold back, men. Take them all out. Watch out. Yeah, on rare occasion you have to fight a band of hooligans known as the Ravens. Not too often though, so you don't have to really get used to it. And because, you know, they're not dragons, you can't devour them, so don't. Please don't eat them, it's cannibalism. They are resistant to water magic. Because they're humans, fire is your main way to go. But Manessa, can you see how that orb next to her name has just gone red? It means her draconic power is full. Anytime that bar's full, you want to make sure that character is as close to full health as humanly possible if you plan on getting the true ending. Because it is the only major thing in this game I have a criticism against. I've made it very clear before going. This is one of my top 5 favourite games this generation. I love it to bits. It's probably even in my top 3. But there's one major criticism I have, and it has something to do with that. But we got a cutscene coming up, so I'll have to zip it for a minute.
Are you kidding? You're pathetic.
Watch out! More incoming!
Huh?
Oh, what the hell, guys? And you call yourselves ravens?
I'm sorry, sir.
Durandal! A night of Requiem. And what in the world are you doing with these witches?
That's none of your business.
You're all bark, aren't you, boy? You bastards! You beat up my comrades! Sir Durandal, let's get him! Jaiga, stand down. We're on the hunt for big fish. We don't have time for these guppies. But sir! All right, you bastards, let's get out of here. If you're too hurt to move, well, tough. We're leaving you behind.
Where are you going? You're not going to tell the knights about this, are you?
Do I look like a snitch? Come on. You witches aren't very bright, are you? Besides, I'm just out to take down some of your former buddies. No hard feelings, of course. Wait for me, sir! You bastards! We'll settle this later!
And there they go.
Who was that?
Durandal, leader of the Ravens. He's killed over 10,000 dragons. That isn't an exaggeration. He's known as the Grand Dragon Killer.
10,000?
It's all he cares about. His whole life revolves around killing them. He kills them, dissects them, and creates these magical gadgets that'll help him kill even more dragons. I'm so glad he left. I don't think we would have been able to take out Durandal.
Our former buddies. I don't like that.
What a bastard. I hope he gets eaten.
The dragons are raised in the body of a witch, and are born by eating through their stomachs. Witches see dragons as killers, but Durandal sees them as one and the same.
So we have the Knights of Requiem and the Ravens to look out for. I'm worried about Laponet. We need to hurry.
Yeah, let's move.
Hey, who made you the leader?
Meanwhile, as the witches move away, back with the ravens... Sir Durandal, are you sure about this? Huh? The hell are you talking about? You did a number on our men, sir. How can you just let him go like that? Are you seriously bitching to me about this? I am not their keeper. A man is responsible for settling his own score. Survival of the fittest, it might as well be a sin and to be weak in a world like this. I've worked so long to get here, and now I'm exactly where I want to be. Me, an orphan who used to cry every night for his mommy. Well, but sir... Come on, men. Let's do this. My throat will not appreciate this voice. Wait for me, sir. Oh, I had to just pause the recording and take a sip of my water, because that was a bad choice for a voice. I might have to give him a different one by the next time you meet him, because that was brutal. Like it was literally the first word I said, my throat went, no, don't do it. But that's the last little cutscene for at least a small while. We've got until the end of this area before the next one, so I can actually go back and talk about what I was talking about. In this game, the game will talk about it again later, so I'll have another opportunity to bring it up. There is something called the Madness Scale. If you game over, you don't actually kicked up to the title screen. You're sent back to the village we'll be going to later on, but your Madness Scale is affected. During dialogue points, there will be points where it will give you an option to intervene in the conversation. If you make a choice that makes you harder to trust, it will affect your madness. But the third thing that will affect your madness is every time this bar fills up, the character will go into a dragonic state where the dragon inside them will briefly attempt to take over them. If it is unsuccessful of taking over them, you will get this state where they are just more powerful and have a special attack. If they are successful, they become far more powerful, go into a berserker state, and it affects your goddamn madness scale. You can lose the true ending by just getting into a mechanic you're forced to deal with by accident too many times. It is completely out of your hand, because even at full health there is a chance. But the lower your health is, the higher that chance becomes. If a character is near death and that scale hits red, they are very likely to go into the berserk state where the dragon fully takes them over, and it will affect their madness scale. Admittedly, for you to lose access to the true ending, your madness scale has to dip beyond 15%. It starts at 0 with 100% being batshit insane. To get the true ending, there's one other objective you technically have to do as well, but if you fail the other objective, which is introduced later on anyway, it adds 25% to your scale anyway, so I kind of say that's just part of it. Like, I don't say it's a separate objective like the walkthroughs would suggest it is. If you can just keep the madness scale beneath 15%, you're getting the true ending. If it goes over 15%, you're getting the neutral ending. But if it goes as far as 75%, you're getting the madness ending, or the bad ending. And it is really fucking grim. It is a really bad ending, and you don't want to get it. But what's more interesting with the madness scale for repeated playthroughs is that when your madness scale passes these benchmarks, it's not just the ending that is affected. General cutscenes will be presented differently, and general moments throughout the game will happen slightly differently because everyone's mental stability is weaker. For the sake of this Let's Play, you're only going to be seeing them at a clean mental state for the whole thing. Which is why this project might be a little slower than others, because making the right decision I can do. Not getting game overs, if I lose in battle, I will just treat it like I treated it with Death End Request, Neptunia, and the Final Fantasies. I just title screen it the moment I die, because it's just, I'm used to that from older RPGs. That's fine. The madness scale being affected by the berserk forms, though, is kind of out of your hand, because like I said, even if you're at full health, there is a ever so slight chance you can still trigger. And in my recording, it's already triggered once. And I've had to just kind of abandon it because I know you don't have to, and it really doesn't matter if it happens a few times, because like I said, 15%, it goes up by like 0.5 if you go in the berserk state. Like, it really isn't a threat. It's just if you let it happen too often, it should be a threat. But because I'm a perfectionist, sometimes too much for my own good, I want it to be at 0 for the entire journey. So anytime it got the berserk state, I reloaded the save. I treated it as a game over. And it's why, as well, you're going to see me quick saving quite often. But now we've defeated a few enemies, got a few new skills to add because we've been devouring them as we go, and we've got the show off the dragonic state. I think that'll wrap it up because this has been a pretty healthy length video anyway. So next time on Dragonstar Varnir, we'll try and catch up to the rest of the knights to save the witch's friend from their clutches if possible. But until then, you guys take care now.